Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick video here to show everyone how to put down a solid lap at Charlotte in the ARCA car. I have been running this series all season, been pretty dedicated to it, so I think I've gotten a pretty good feel for this car. I managed to get the pole in this race, had a 4,000 strength of field, so I feel like I'm doing something right, and I want to help others if I'm able. So I want to go ahead and run you through a quick qualifying lap here at Charlotte. Well, actually, the two quick qualifying laps. But in your warm-up lap here, and really your first lap, the car is really loose. So if you're not feathering the throttle through the turns, you're probably going to turn it. As you can see here, this first lap really is just a throwaway lap, but you try to get that car up to the wall. Let me go back here. You want to get that car close up to the wall on entry, because that really helps you hit that banking coming down the hill. It gives you a little boost of speed. If you enter low here, you don't really get the momentum the same coming out of the turn. So you want to make sure you're right up here. You want to be turning in right around the Charlotte USA sign here, or this logo here on the wall. And that, as you see, will help you get a full head of steam coming out of the turn. And if you're looking at my throttle here, I'm not all the way in the throttle. I'm kind of feathering it a little bit just to make sure the tires don't spin and I don't go around, because you can easily turn this car. I'm down the back straight. I mean, not a whole lot to say here, but if you hit the turn right, you have a full head of steam. You should be going up around 183 miles an hour into turn 3. What I like to do here is about the same. You want to be up against the wall and right around the Charlotte. I'm really thinking before the Charlotte USA logo here. I'm turning down into the turn. And you have these two white stripes here on the track. You can see here. I try to put my right sides right above the top one, and that also helps me get a good run out of the turn. And if you watch my throttle here, I'm doing just about the same. You just want to feather it. For that first lap, you really lose. The track's really slick on the tires, and it's really hard to get into the throttle without spinning it. The second lap, though, is a little bit of a different story. The tires are a little bit warmer. They have a little bit better grip. So you can see here, I'll be on the throttle a little harder the second time around. So on the first lap, I come up close to the wall. It helps me get a little bit more speed crossing the line, and gets me a little more speed going into turn 1. Try to hold it right in the middle of the track. You don't want to be up against the wall, because that slows you down. You lose so much time if you go too close to the wall. Then right here, I try to hit this just like it's a turn. So I come down right along the curb, and it just feels a little bit more natural, and then it helps me get up along the wall. You'll see here, come up along the wall, and then I come right down into the banking, and I'm in the throttle quick. Like, I'm in the throttle super quick, and if you hit that right, you can feel the car set. So instead of feeling the car pushing to the wall, when you come down the banking, you'll feel the nose turn down towards the apron. You'll feel the car naturally wanting to come out of the turn, and when that happens, you can gas it. And I am still feathering it just a little bit, although I am able to get a little more speed coming out of the turn. And I pull it up right against the wall here, help maximize the speed. And I do the same thing I did the first time around. Pull it down, and right here in turn 3 on the qualifying lap anyway, I'm thinking, once the car sets, you hit the throttle, and because the right or the rear end naturally wants to come around, you can almost use that throttle to help you turn. So right here, the car's still a little bit tight, but I gas it, and it just pulls the car down, or pulls the nose down against the white and blue line, and I'm able to get the car out of the turn without it getting too tight. Don't have to worry about hitting the wall or anything, because it's sticking towards the bottom, and really, that's all there is to it. It takes a lot of practice. You really have to get a feel for it, but I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to hit this banking in turn 1. If you go up against the wall and you come down the hill, the car is going to get that natural boost of speed. I want to go through this one more time here. You want to go right up against the wall. You have that banking, and the car is just going to come down the hill. It's just like you're running down a hill. And once you do that, the car sets, you can gas it. Now, if you had entered, maybe say right here, the car is not going to get that natural momentum off the banking, and you're going to be pushing up towards the wall, and you're not going to be able to get into the gas as quick. And honestly, that can cost you 2 or 3 tenths, maybe more, because not only will you be missing the turn, but you'll be missing that momentum down the back stretch, and you won't get as good of an entry into turn 3. So this, super important. Once you can master this, the entry into turn 1, like, you can get this track pretty quick. But anyway, I hope this little run through can help somebody out there. I know a lot of people running this series are just now getting into iRacing, and you're just now learning the cars and how they work. So hopefully this little video can help you learn a thing or two.